Hello, everyone. My name is Noorddin Taj. I'm part of BP's Digital Innovation and Engineering Organization, where our purpose is to reimagine and reinvent energy to create new business value for next generation. Today, I will talk on how digital transformation enables energy companies to pivot into new market. I will also talk about the innovation cycle underpinned by organization construct to build successful digital business. Before we start, I just wanted to make sure that everybody is aware that the material that I present today is based on my views, experience. It does not represent my organization or any other organization that I belong to. With that, let's get started. As you know, we are going through a big crisis these days with COVID-19, and it has impacted more on an oil and gas companies just like us. Oil and gas companies were accelerating digital transformation before COVID, but with COVID, as we are living in unprecedented time, the economy has slowed down and oil prices have plummeted. So it created huge challenge for oil and gas companies to innovate and survive. The luxury of time seems to have disappeared. The innovation or digital transformation organization used to do in years, now they have to do it in months and days. And we have seen that all across the world. The luxury, so this is the time now for every company to reinvent, and digital plays a key role to survive and create new business model, and also at the same time meet the sustainability goal that oil and gas companies are facing. So why companies needs to reinvent? Why do we have to reinvent? Especially in oil and gas companies, we are going through a big crisis. So we are facing dual challenge. Even before COVID, we were supposed to work on creating more energy for the world. At the same time, we had to reduce the carbon footprint of the energy that we're producing. We have a lot of pressure, external pressure from government, from customers, emerging technologies happening, suppliers. So we have pressures from the planet activist. Government want us to reduce the emissions. They are putting together legislation around it. We are customers looking for reliable, cleaner, and affordable energy. Our suppliers wants to integrate with our supply chain business so they can deliver products in more competitive at lower price. Technology world is evolving at pace never seen before. With the technology changes, companies needs to be in order to be competitive, they have to adopt technology. So there is a pressure to re-innovate and use the technologies to our advantage. Otherwise, our competitors will take over us. All these challenges that we have, and how do we address this? So there are three things that I have here, which are more relevant for oil and gas company. The first is adoption of circular economy, where you can reuse products. So we don't build products, so it means we reduce carbon emission. Renewable, changing business model from oil and gas to more renewable. Renewable energy also has this challenge. The cost is one, and the nature of renewable energy that I will talk a little bit more in my next slide. Energy efficiency. This is the area that is definitely going to get a lot of benefit from digital transformation. Digital transformation, we can optimize the transport system. We can optimize how energy is transported from the source to the consumption point. So let's talk about digital transformation. So either we digitize our core business or we create new business model to sustain and survive in this challenging environment. Innovation, reinvention is not today. It's not happening only today. It has been happening for many, many years. And you have seen the companies like Amazon started with selling books. And now if you can look at Amazon, it has a lot of businesses. The reason being they adopted. They made sure the market demand, as the market demand changes, and they capitalize on that to reinvent their business. So let's talk about how to reinvent a business, how to create a business within a business. So every business starts with an idea. And how do we get an idea to create a new business or create a new business model? So oil and gas company or any energy company, we have an incumbent. We are considered as an incumbent. We have the core business which supplies energy today to our customer. So we have customer. So we have that advantage that we have customer. We have an advantage of having a distribution network that we can use when you build a new business, to use those customer and distribution channel to supply new products to customer. So like I said, renewable energy has its own issues and it also has its benefits. So once we understand what are the gaps that our customer are facing. So like I said, our customers are looking for affordable, cleaner, and reliable energy. So renewable energy inherently is more decentralized than a centralized. You have a solar power plants in one location, but the grid system is not integrated to the solar power that has been generated. Similarly, we have wind power. In addition to that, these renewable energies, most of them are intermittent. What I mean by that is solar power is generated only when the sun is shining. Similarly, the wind power is generated when wind is blowing. So there is an opportunity, digital opportunities, to fill the gap or can integrate the energy system so that a customer can receive energy or get energy continuously without any break. There are other opportunities in that area as well. So digital, there are two types of digital businesses that we can look at. We can innovate for transactive and operative energy. We can also trade, use digital technology to trade commodity and called intelligent commodity trading. And like I said, the third option is the integrate and optimize energy system from source to customer. So once we have many ideas, we have to generate many ideas and try to find the product market fit. Once you have the product market fit, you have to double down. And what you need to do is to scale the business. And scaling the business or incubating a new business, you need an organization structure. So we have to put together an organization structure by merging the strength of both type of organizations. One is incumbent, which is a core business, and the startup, which has its own identity and it has its own advantages. So we need to merge or take the strength of both and create an organization. Legacy organization, or what I call a core business, is traditionally huge, like a huge ship. It takes a while to turn or go into different direction. A smaller business or a startup is very agile. It can move fast. So we need to adopt that trait or that quality and build a business which is agile and growth mind with the people who has growth mindset. The culture plays a key role in an organization's success. So we have to have a culture or with a growth mindset, the culture which is collaborative, culture which is external facing, because we need to bring innovation from outside into the organization. So we have to have a blurry line between the organization and outside so we can quickly bring innovation within an organization to make the product that we're building successful. We should be able to have a mindset of experimentation, because we would have 10 ideas. Out of 10, maybe 10% of those ideas will really make it to the final stage. In addition to building an organization, we need to make sure that we adopt very, very financial discipline on funding the product, funding the innovation. We need to make sure that once we roll out the product, we have assumptions and criterias in place so that we can progress it once the criteria are met. Otherwise, we will be working on product, spending a lot of money. At the end, when the product is built, we find out the product market fit is not there and there is no adoption from the customer. So we have to make sure we build criteria such as customer adoption rate, cost to acquire a customer, our cost structure, and product market fit. We need to continue to validate product market fit before we go from stage 1 to stage 2. Key areas that we need to make sure to build a successful business is we need to make sure that a domain knowledge in the core business is brought in to the new venture and merge or marry them up with the technology within the core business so that it generates value. We have to have a proven digital platform where we can use that platform to innovate. Talent is a key. We need to make sure that we have the right talent working on the right product. And we need to have a culture, agility, speed, and all those things, which is really required or needed to survive or to be successful in the new venture. We need to make sure that the management is committed and we have the management full commitment for this business to thrive and survive and move forward. And like I said before, all this should be encapsulated with a proper governance model so that we continue to govern the product development from product conceptualization to the market, to bring it to the market. New business, we need to make sure the new business is a low margin. So never try to compare the margins of the new business versus the margins of your core business because they would not align. We need to understand the new business will not be successful in the first 1 or 2 years. So we need to give it a time. We have to have a financial statement for the new business based on the assumptions that we have put together to see the viability of the business moving forward. All those things needs to be in place to have a successful digital venture. So with that, I end my presentation. I will talk a little bit more about the takeaway that you need to think of when you leave this when you leave this room. So takeaway from my presentation is that the new venture culture should promote innovation and agile mindset. So agility is the key. You have to move fast. Collaboration is a new competition. So we have to be able to collaborate internally with the core businesses, collaborate with an external academia, startup or technology companies outside to bring innovation inside the company. The strategy has to be adaptive. Technology landscape keep changing every day. So we need to make sure our strategy is adaptive, can change with the technology landscape and as soon as the market demand changes. Innovation is all about incremental value. So we need to continue to innovate, drive value, benefit from the value and move forward. Keep our cost in control. So new venture is a low margin business. We need to make sure that the cost structure that we have for the new company is within the profile, the margin profile that is generated by that company. And again, the last and not the least, we need to play our strength. We have strength. We have an advantage of being a business within a core business. Core business has a lot of power. it has capital, it has a market reach, it has customer, it has a lot of systems in place. So we need to pick the advantages. We need to make sure that all those strength of the core business plays a role in our new venture. Thank you, and thanks for joining my presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I will also be participating in a panel discussion. So if you have any questions, you can bring it to the panel. Thank you.